So looks like we are live. Yeah, I'm looking to go short on NQ.
Order submitted.
Okay, here we go. All right, so we are short on NQ. Yeah, I'm short because I on ES, this is ES. I saw these two big bear candles at around bar 40, which is a midday reversal. And on the weekly chart, it tested this fair value gap. This is NQ and this is ES. I did have a losing trade this morning. I went short here and I stopped out here. So we'll see how this trade is going to play out. I'm expecting this area to be support. So we shall see. So far I'm liking that. Let's see. The range of this bear candle is acting as resistance. This is the last bear candle before this swing high, and once price broke below it, it's been acting as resistance. Pretty much the bodies have been respecting the range of this bear candle. So let's see. I also like that on the 15-minute chart, we have a strong bear candle, and it's the second entry short when this 15-minute candle traded below this candle. That was the low one, or the first short. And then we made a new 15-minute high, and then it closed a strong bear candle. And then once this candle traded below it, that is a second entry short, a low 2 on the 15-minute chart. And we should get some profit taking, considering that it's been going up for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the past 6 days on NQ. And the high of the day, so this is the weekly chart of ES, and the high of the day, it tested the low of this gap. So how low do we go? Now that's the question. So far, so good. It's good that the bulls, they managed to get a close below the high of this, below the high of 7. So we'll see how low it's gonna go. But so far, I'm up 18 points, so I'm still down on the day. But I like that the Bears now have a close below the 20 exponential moving average, this blue line. The same thing on ES. So we also have a wedge top. This is the first push, the second push, the third push. It's probably more clean on the 15-minute. Well, 1, 2, 3. So
Order submitted.
all right, we're still going down. So what I would like to see is, I would like to see this 15-minute candle on NQ close as a bear candle, and I want it to close on a slow. We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. so far the bears are doing a good job. On ES so far they have managed to put in 4 consecutive bear candles. The one problem that the bears have is that we could get a EMA gap buy because price has been above the 20 the whole day. So we finally have a close below it. So I don't want this to be a bull candle because there will be some bulls who will buy above it. The same thing on NQ. But it's possible that this is the top of a trading range. So if it does go higher, don't think it will go that much higher unless today becomes like one of those low probability days where it just races up to take out these highs. So this is the daily chart on NQ, and at this point that is a low probability event, but it can happen. But the bears have successfully closed the gap with 7 high on both NQ and on ES. And on ES I want to see 48 close a bear bar if possible. If not, I don't want it to be a bull candle, and it looks like it's gonna close a bull candle. Okay, so it's not, I mean, there is a small tail above it, so we'll see if the trend is going to resume. I am willing to add higher. So at this point, let me look at the 15-minute chart. So this is a kind of interesting. So during this uptrend, we have had 2 consecutive bear candles with tails, and then the bull trend continued. The same thing here, a bear candle with tails, the bull trend resumed. Here, a bear candle with tails, the bull trend continued. And here we have the same thing, a bear candle with tails, and now the bull trend is continuing. So let's see if we get a close above this yellow box. This is problematic for the bears. We are obviously bullish on the higher time frame. So it's possible that today could just on ES, it's possible that today it could just continue pushing higher and take out these highs. The same with NQ. So I am aware of that possibility, which may deter me from adding to my position or scaling in. Yeah, when I went short here, it did go in my direction for about 35 points. Let's see, it went my direction for about, yeah, actually close to 50 points, 48 points. But I didn't take profit because I was looking for a new low of the day, and I stopped out here. Here it went in my direction for a little bit, and now it's going against me. But I'm looking for swings. I'm not looking to scalp. I do like on the weekly that we traded. Let me see if NQ actually tested the 50% of this gap. It looks like it did. But we shall see. Today is Friday, and anything can happen on a Friday. Usually, once the weekly objective is met, Friday tends to consolidate or be choppy. But then there are also some Fridays where it's very volatile and it just goes in one direction. And that could possibly be the case today. And we do have two legs down on NQ. If this is the first leg, this could be the second leg down, but we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, I'm tempted to get out, break even. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do.
Order filled.
I'm gonna get out, break even, because I, yeah, I just don't like these two consecutive bull candles on ES. I may look to go short again, but now I don't like 48 and 49, and also on NQ the bull trend has resumed after two bear candles. It happened once, twice, three times, and it's likely that it's going to happen for the fourth time. Now, if I see a third consecutive bear candle on the 15-minute, and then I may go short again. But right now, I'm going to be on the sideline. Now it will be interesting if the bears, if they get a close below this 1 minute bull candle, because this is the last bull candle before a swing low, and the price broke above it. So now the range of this bull candle is acting as support. So most likely it's gonna continue to, if it's going to go higher, it's going to continue to support price. And I'm also keeping my eyes on this 1 minute candle. We had the same thing going on this morning between this range and this range. This range was support, resistance, and then this range won. This is the last bull candle and this swing low, and then once price broke above it, it became support. It was support here, support here, and then here this was the last a sequence of bear candles before this swing high, and once price broke below it, it became resistance. Once, twice, three times.
Connection lost.
Okay, my connection just lost. Okay, come on, Ninja Trader. Why? Okay, looks like we're back on. Actually, let me put the executions on this chart.
Connection lost. Connection lost.
I wonder if it's losing connection because I'm streaming. I wonder if that's why. That's my first time live streaming, so let's do that. Cool.
Connection lost.
What's going on? Oh. I wonder why. Because my internet seems to be working just fine. That's working fine. So Ninja Trader is acting up.
Connection lost.
What is going on? Is it because I'm streaming? Okay, so now we're back on. So my platform is acting up. I don't think Ninja Trader is liking that I am streaming. What is going on? Yeah, so my platform is acting up.
Connection lost.
All right, so there's something going on with Ninja Trader, so I may have to stop this stream. And how do I even see my comments? All right, well, that's a technical glitch for you. Yeah, I'm going to stop the stream. Oh, looks like I'm back on now. Okay. Looks like it's back on. Come on. Not sure if it's because I'm streaming and recording my screen at the same time. I see a comment here from Joey asking, am I not worried that bar 31 will act as support? Bar 31 is this bar. Let's see on ES. No, there is no. Yeah, I mean, it could potentially act as support, but I'm not worried about it. But I'm not even in the trade anymore anyway. So let's see. Yeah, bears. Yeah, I guess they put in 3 consecutive bear candles. Oh, okay, I see. Joey just commented. That was before I got out of my short. Yeah, now I don't really trust the Bears anymore. Yeah, I mean, if I don't want to short this low. Yeah, but I guess on the one, just got a comment saying that the picture is perfect. This is from Neil, and that the voice is good, but my computer sound is coming through really loud. Is it the fan? It's probably the fan. It's probably the fan. I'm not sure if I could do anything about that right now. This PC does to make the fan does come on from time to time. But that's good to know, Neil. Oh, NT sounds. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. I will lower that. I'll put it at 15. Thanks, Neil. I appreciate that. So technically, this is a second entry buy above 52. I'm not going to take it, but yeah, technically it's a buy above 52. So the high of 52 is 43.8075. What's the high of this candle? 43.8075. So once it trades one tick above it, on ES, once it trades one tick above it is a buy, but I'm not going to buy it. I want to go short if I get a setup, but I'm not looking to get long, especially considering that on the weekly chart we already traded into this fair value gap on both NQ and on ES. On NQ, it literally tested 50% of the gap, and then on ES, it tested the low of the gap. So the market would have to do a if the market does go higher, that is a low probability event, and I don't want to bet on that. And also, the bears closed the gap between the high of 7, and I mean they got 1, 2, 3, 4 closes below the high of 7. So it's 50-50 right now, or yeah, I'm flat, not looking to get long. Yeah, but this was a credible buy above 52. Yeah, I guess if you're buying a bunch of contracts, you could have went long and captured a couple of points. What so far? Let's see. If you bought the high at 52, so far it gave a point and one tick. So I guess you could have maybe, well, it would have to go to 1 point and 2 ticks actually to, well, depending on where you got filled. But that's not, this scalping is not a game that I like to play. I prefer to hold for bigger moves. That's why if I was holding or scalping, I could have made profit here. I could have made more profit here. It's interesting that on NQ, 53 has yet to trade above 52. So we triggered the buy on ES but not on NQ. Why is that? I mean, if we do go higher and put in a new high of the day, and then I will be looking for shorts potentially. But so far, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I just saw a comment from Neil saying, "Don't watch porn on the another monitor." Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so what's interesting about this move up is that here we have two bear candles, here we have two bear candles, here we have two bear candles, and here we have three. So that is a change in character. Let me go to the 1 minute chart. Now it's approaching this last bear candle before the swing high. And now the question is it going to act as resistance? Are bulls going to get a close above it on the 1 minute chart? So Joey just said his chart looks different than mine on 53. I'm guessing you're referring to NQ, right? On 53, it did trigger. So Joey, you're probably looking at the micro NQ, right? MNQ. So probably on MNQ, the buy did trigger above 52, but not on NQ. Chart. This is a chart of NQ. Cool. So, yep. So looks like we have a resumption of the trend on ES. The buy was above 52. Yeah, I guess if you bought above 52, so far it has given you a 1R, and if it gets to 43.86 and 3 ticks, that would be twice your risk. Okay, so now are we gonna get a, I wonder why this is saying that my bar timer is not. Let's see. So Joey is saying that my let me see. I just refreshed the chart. Let's see if that resolves it. So let me go to NQ. Actually, Joey, you are right. I guess there was something going on with my my platform, but yeah, now it looks like it did 53 did trade above 52, so there was something going on with my chart. Thanks for pointing that out. I appreciate that. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I guess the bar timer was disabled. That should have been a red flag. But luckily, I was not in any trades, so it's all good. But Joey, thanks for pointing that out. Cool. So we got a close above this yellow box. So I'm not yet. I'm not yet looking to take a short. And what's interesting is that I'm also watching the dollar index on my other screen. I'll also pull it up here. So NQ put in a higher high, but the dollar index is putting, instead of putting in a lower low, it put in a higher low. So that's a divergence. Okay. I wonder if this was a. Let me go to the 15-minute chart. Yeah. Still flat. I'm not doing anything. I did close out. I was long. I had one contract left on both MNQ and MES in my overnight accounts, and I did close out the last contracts at around bar. I closed out the longs in my overnight account at around bar 38. And I was buying on the way down. So I'm pretty happy about those, the trades that I made in my overnight accounts. And I'm actually now hoping on NQ I'll be watching this level closely. So this is the last bull candles before a swing low. So the next time that price comes into this range, I will be accumulating in my long-term accounts. If that happens, the same thing with ES. I have my eyes on this bull candle right here. And in the event that I am fortunate that price pulls back next week, I'll be looking to buy in this range. And if it goes down, I'm going to continue to add to my position in my overnight accounts. Okay, so now it will be interesting to see if we get a close below this yellow box. Let's see. Yep, we got a close below it. Yeah, I'm tempted to go short, but I want to wait for the 5-minute candle to close to see how it looks. We also have a divergence or SMT. ES put in a lower high, where NQ put in a higher high in relation to these highs. Yeah, I don't like the tail on 55. And also we have 3 bull candles. So I don't think the selling, or I don't think the bulls are done yet. Yeah. So we have, so on ES, we have a bull trend from the open. And then here we have, looks like, is this a trend resumption? Or is this the start of a bear trend? That's the question. Okay, so now we got the sell has been triggered below 55. Guess it could have been good. It looks like it's good for at least a 1 or 2 point scalp, but that's above my pay grade. That is above my pay grade. Huh. So if we get a close below this yellow box, it means the bears are for real, and looks like I may have missed my short. Looks like I may have missed my short. So I guess this move up was to take out the stops. Wow, interesting. Do you see how the tail of this candle it closed above the yellow box, but I'll probably go short if it comes. If it comes back here, I'll go short again.
Order submitted.
All right, I'm short again. All right, so now I do need this to close a bear candle on the 5-minute chart. And at this point, I'm going to be willing to add to my position. There are stops here below 48. Come on, I need this candle to close a bear. Okay, this is good for the bears. The fact that 56 closed with a bear body on NQ. Let's see if that's the case on ES. Yep, it closed with a bear candle on both ES and NQ. So that is good for the bears. And I am willing to add to my position. So I'll be willing to add up to 4 contracts max. You see how this yellow box is acting as resistance so far? It was resistance here, 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 here. Here, price broke above it. And then once, so this was a false breakout. And then once price broke below it again, is still continuing as resistance. We'll see. So go back to the 15-minute. So okay, this is not what I want to see, but I'm not going to panic. I'll be willing to add to my position. Not here. If I add to my position, it's going to be after maybe 50. I will wait to add to my position, but not here. This is way too close to be adding. Okay, now it's interesting how the close of this candle is within the confinement of the yellow box. Are we going to get a close above it? So far, the body of this candle has respected the range of the bear candle, which is highlighted by this yellow box. This is interesting. This is interesting. Yeah, so this yellow box is doing its job. It's doing its job. Well, we'll see. We shall see. See, I think it could. Let's see. So the high of this candle is 191.25. What is the close of this candle? The close of this candle is 191.75. So it closed above the box by 2 ticks. So now the question is that real? Looks like it. The way this candle is acting, I don't think this box is resistance anymore. The fight was between the range of this candle and the range of this candle, and looks like this one is winning. Looks like this one is winning so far. Let me look at the 15-minute. Okay, so that's good for the bears. So this candle closed with a bear body. That is good. That is good for the bears. So I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking. I do want to add, but not here. If I do add, I want to add around here somewhere. And the other thing that we have going on is that today is Friday. So it's likely that we will get some type of retracement. So usually we can get a retracement here, closing retracement. So it could, best case scenario, it could trace to 20 to 30%, but that's a best case scenario, considering that we are bullish on the higher time frame, and that we have unfinished business here. The fact that the market is trying to get here, it's possible that it may not pull back by 20 to 30% today. Well, this is the daily, right? So today it could potentially pull back. Well, it's gonna close between 6% to 30%. So now the question is it gonna close between 6% to 10%, or between 20% to 30%? That's on the daily chart. And then on the weekly, if we take a look at the weekly candle, let's see if it lines up with the daily. So on the this is the weekly chart of NQ. It's kind of hard to read, but we'll do that. So if it closes within 6%, which could be the case, it's gonna close at around 150, unless we make a new high of the day. It's gonna close at the very least at around 150, and best case scenario, it could go down to 20%. That will be nice. So I'm not panicking. In fact, if it does go higher, I'll probably add. Well, I know that I am going to add to my position up, especially if it goes against me by about 40, 50, 60 points. I will add to my position. Let me remove that. Let's see. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new high though. And this is no longer. Well, now this box is acting as support now. But let me get rid of that. And it's also possible that we just chop, just go sideways. It looks like we're in a trading range now. But now the question is, are bulls gonna put in a new high of the day? They may. It's possible. Yeah, I'm not gonna be quick to add my position here. So this is where scaling into a position could go wrong, because if you add to your position here, and then if it continues to go against you, and then you add again, the next thing you know is that you may be too big, and that is a sure way to blow your account. You don't want to get too big too fast. You don't want to get too big too fast. I like what the Bears are doing. it looks like we tested I as long as we don't have a bull close above 50% of this tail. So as long as the bulls don't close above 198, the bears are still in this. Let me see if the high of this candle is. Yep. So this candle exceeded 50% of this tail by 2 points. The high of this candle is 200, and 50% of this is 198. All right. 20 seconds before this candle closes. Okay, so we do have stops here below 48. Okay, this is a strong looking bear bar 59, but it's at the moving average. I'll feel good about the Bears. So if the Bears could get a close below this yellow box, below this bull candle, and then after that, the next target will probably be this box. Okay, so now we're starting to create another box. Here we go. So now is this bear candle. The last bear candle, is that going to act as resistance? Can we get a close below it? Yep, we got a close below it. And the 15-minute candle is going to close in 2 minutes and 26 seconds. So I do want this to be a bear candle. That would be good for the bears. Whatever happens, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I won't be closing out of the position anytime soon. It's interesting that NQ is putting in higher highs. That's not what I meant to do. NQ is putting in higher highs, and ES is putting in a lower high. So it's looking like we're gonna close pretty strong on this 15-minute candle. That's what it's looking like. This is not what I wanted to see. But and now we do have 3 pushes up. 1, 2, 3, or even 1, 2, 3 on the 15-minute, and on the 5-minute we have, this is the first push, the second push, the third push. I am tempted to add to my position here, but I'm gonna wait just in case we get one more push up before I add to my position. I see that I just logged into Discord where I'm keeping up with my trading buddies, and I see that Joey is also short. He got short at 15.189.75. So pretty much around where I got in. Let's go, Joey. Hopefully we both make money on this short today. Okay, so I'm liking this. So this is looking like, yeah, well, we have a wedge setting up 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. And if this bear candle closes a bear candle on its low, and that's good for the bears. So interesting, we still have a divergence going on. So ES put in a lower high, but NQ put in a higher high. That's not what I meant to do. Bam. So I do like this divergence. But the one thing that I don't like is that, yeah, well, I guess the dollar index. This is a 5 minute chart of the dollar index. I guess it is going higher because I would we need the dollar index to go higher if NQ and ES are going to go lower. This is a tough way, tough business, man. Tough business, and it can be boring. Just sitting here. So realistically, if we do get a sell off, where's my target? My probably would be the open of this 60-minute candle, which is 15,126. So put that at 15,127. If we get a sell off, that's where I'm gonna look to take profit. And then we have, so on ES we have 3 big pushes: 1, 2, 3, and then we have the reversal at around midday, the bar 40 midday reversal, and then now we have a wedge to a double top. If this is the first push, this is the second push, and this is the third push. So then we would have a nested wedge. We have a big wedge here, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then possibly 3 here. So for sure, or well, can't say for sure, but highly likely that the top is very near. If it's not already in, the top is near, unless the market wants to press and take out these highs today. And these highs, I mean, doesn't want to do that. I mean, I'm hoping that it saves it for next week. I'm hoping, and my account is hoping that it saves it for next week. And if the rally continues, if it continues to move higher, I am going to be a bit concerned about adding to my position, because especially if it wants to get to these highs, it may just continuously push up without retracing. I mean, that is a low probability event, but can't rule it out. Can't rule it out, because especially if it wants to get to these highs. Come on, Bears. All right, so not liking this. Let's see. Let's see if we get a major move of this. That would take us to 15 to 33. It's possible that we could get a measured move of this flag, and it could go up to right here. So if I'm going to add, I'm gonna wait until it gets to right here to add. But I'm not going to add before it gets here. Yeah, it's possible. I could go here. So this is useless. This is no longer valid. And do you guys see how these two bull candles, once price broke above it, has been supporting here. So if we do this, yeah, once price broke above it, supported here. Okay, I'm not liking what I see, but I'm not gonna panic. I'm not gonna panic. So both NQ and ES, both NQ and ES have put in a higher high, but not YM. So now is why I'm going to keep up with its sisters or its brothers, whatever you want to call it, and put in a higher high. And it's interesting that the dollar index is not putting in a lower low. So if NQ and ES are putting in higher highs, and then the dollar index, it should put in a lower low, but it's not. It's not doing that. Now it's going against me by about 30 points. I would love to get, yeah, I mean, I would love for it to spike up to about right here, so I could add to my position. That will be a nice add if it gets to right here. And then, so we have, so now it's 2:46 Eastern Standard Time. The market does the last hour macro starts at 3:15, and that could cause the market to either spike up to these highs or pull back. And I feel at this point it's 50-50. Either can happen, but in case it does spike up, I don't want to be too heavy right now. I want to keep my size manageable. So in case I gotta take a loss, and I'll just take the loss. Okay, and then here we go again. So now once this bear candle trades below this bear candle, is it gonna become resistance? So far, the bears have been failing miserably, and the bulls have been winning. So I'll get rid of this. Yeah, we are starting to put in. I mean, this looks very rigid to me. 3 pushes. First push, second push, third push on both NQ and on ES. First push, second push, third push. I do want to see if it starts to sell off. I do want to see it close below this yellow box. I'm gonna step away for 25 seconds to get a cup of water. All right. See that the bulls are putting in bull bars. Yeah, I'm still looking to add to my position at some point, but I'm waiting for the right time. I'm waiting for the right time to add. It's kind of odd or suspicious that all the indexes are putting in higher highs, NQ higher high, ES higher high. Well, YM is putting a lower high, and why isn't the dollar index putting in a lower low? Why is it not keeping up with ES and NQ? And this is the daily chart of the dollar index is at major support, is testing this gap. This green box is testing the high of this bear candle, the high of this bear candle. So the dollar index is at a major support, which means that the dollar index should go higher. And if everything is trading in sync, that means the index ES and NQ should be going lower, but we'll see. I'm only down 35 points. This is nothing. Most of my trades are anywhere from 50 to about 110, 120 points. So this doesn't scare me too much. I only start to panic with NQ once it's going against me by about 100 points. 100, 110 points. And then that's when I start to feel the heat. But right now, I'm not feeling any heat. If I have to take a loss today, hey, I'm gonna take a loss. I took a loss yesterday as well. Although I could have made a profit on my shorts yesterday because it spiked down here, but I had already closed out my position. So I don't mind taking small losses as long as I'm profitable by the end of the week. And most importantly, I'm profitable by the end of the month. Okay, so bulls are putting in bull bars. So the one thing that I don't like is that we have consecutive bull closes above this wedge. So if we have, so we got that. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then 64 and 65 both have bull closes. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, it's possible that today is gonna close on us. It will. Yeah, I mean, it is possible that today closes on its high. And I'm talking about if it pulls back, I mean, it may pull back by 6%. I think there hasn't been too many instances this year where I think there was one day where it barely pulled back, but on all the daily charts, well, yesterday is a good example. Yesterday it let me see. Let's measure yesterday's closing retracement. So even yesterday, it closed within 6%. So from the high of the day, the close was within 6%. So today, it's likely that it's going to close within 6%. Usually worst case scenario. So if I do add to my position, I have to be very careful about where I add. Okay, we like this. Okay, looking like, can we get a close on the 15-minute, a bear close on the 15-minute? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like we're gonna get a close. Well, we still have a minute and about 5 seconds, so anything can happen between now until the 15-minute candle closes. Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on the dollar index, and the dollar index, it looks like it doesn't want to go lower. Looks like the bottom is in on the dollar index. About 20 seconds before this 15-minute candle closes. Is it gonna close a bear? We'll see. No, it closed a bull bar, but with tails. But that's still good for the bulls. Now we're down to now is 3 p.m. We're down to the last hour of the regular trading hours trading. And then we have this volume imbalance between the close of this 15-minute candle and the open of this 15-minute candle, and looking like it's acting as support so far. I do want to add to my position, but I don't want to add and then it spikes up. But I am definitely tempted to add. Yeah, it would be interesting if those sneaky bulls are gonna try to get to these highs in the last hour. It's possible. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. Are they gonna try to get here and here? That is possible as well, and I am concerned about that possibility. And so I'm down about 769. Okay, looks like the bulls are pushing it higher. This is not what I wanted to see. So there'll probably be some profit taking around this level, 15 to 33. But I'm gonna wait until around 320 or so to add to my position, just in case it starts to spike up, which is a possibility. It's possible that it may want to get to these highs and these highs on ES. Yeah, this was. Yeah, I don't see a top. Not yet, at least. It'll be interesting to see if we see some settling once we get to 15 to 33. I mean, we're about 7 points away from it. So it should reach that level. We still have about 7 minutes until this 15-minute candle closes. Let's look at the hourly. I think it eventually wants to get here. This is the new week opening gap from actually no, this is from last quarter. This is actually not even no longer relevant. Yeah, I think whatever pullback that we get, I think it's gonna be minor because, well, yes, we do have one. I mean, this could be, well, depending on how this closes, this could be one push, two push, three push, one, two, three. But I'm still not. I'm still not going to add to my position. Not yet. Okay. Okay, Bears, let's go. I like what you guys are doing, but I'm still not convinced that this is the start of a bear trend. Let's see, it closed pretty strong on NQ. Let's see on ES. Yep. So if we do have a large wedge, one, two, three, this is the second entry short of 69 trades, one tick below it, but then got the moving average to contend with. And what is a reason for this sell off on ES? It looks like it's testing it tested 50% of this bull candle on ES and 50% of this tail. So 50% of this tail is 83.75. It will. Interesting that 68 happened after on ES the daily it tested 50% of this bearish order block and this tail, 50% of this tail, and also not to mention that it's trading into this the gap on the weekly chart. So is NQ. It would have been nice if I had added to my position, but I wanted to wait to add. And all day today, we haven't had consecutive closes below the EMA on both NQ and on, I guess, on ES. We had two closes below the 20, but one of them was a bull candle, not a bear candle. So we haven't had consecutive bear closes below the 20. And it looks like despite this strong bear candle, it found buyers at the 20. And then 2 minutes before or a minute and about 15 seconds before the start of the last hour macro. So the last hour macro starts at 3:15, and that should usually that's gonna cause some type of movement, whether to the upside or to the downside. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how the 15-minute candle is going to close. Can it close? Is so close to this measured move of this flag. It missed it by about 4 points or so. So the high of this is 28.50 by about 4 points and two ticks. I was hoping that this would be a bear candle on the 15-minute, but it's okay. Yeah, so now we're the last hour macro that begins at 3:15 is in effect. And now the question is it gonna go, is the aggressive move going to be to the upside, to the downside, or is it gonna go sideways? And considering that this is my first YouTube live stream, it's probably gonna do the opposite and go against me, because that's the way. Actually, no, I'm not gonna speak it into existence and say that's how the universe works. Not because the universe has been good to me. So I'm not gonna say it's gonna go against me because it's my first YouTube live. So are we gonna get to these 248 low? Maybe. It's also Friday, right before the weekend. We have two wars currently. We have the war in Israel with Hamas. Who knows, if people want to play it safe, the people that have been buying here and are now very profitable, if they want to take some profit off the table, like I did today and yesterday, I locked in my profits on my overnight accounts. So wondering if the big players, the big guns, if they're gonna look to take profit before the weekend, or are they gonna wait until the price gets to these highs to take their profit, to unload their longs? Let's see what's going on the 1 minute. So now let's create a box. We'll do that, right? Because this is the last bear candle before a swing high. Once price breaks below it, it should act as resistance. And so far, it has been acting as resistance. And what's interesting is that although the tail of this candle traded above it, the body of this candle stayed within it. So in the ideal world, I would like for the range of this bear candle, this yellow box, to remain resistance. That would be good for the bears. That would be good for the shorts and for my position and for my account. And then we also have this yellow box as well, which has been support. So I think I should probably lower that a little bit. So now it's likely that it's going to get to this yellow box. And this pink line is the 200 moving average. But too bad I didn't add to my position. And looks like the last hour macro looks like is on to the downside. So the move started here and looks like it's to the downside. I was concerned that during the last hour macro that the aggressive move will be to the upside to take out these highs and these highs, but so far it looks like it's going in the direction of the bears. So the momentum should continue to the downside, but if that is going to happen, we need this yellow box to continue to act as resistance. We also have this fair value gap, and we have this fair value gap. It will be nice if they remain open. Come on, bears. Now, if we do get a new high of the day, I am definitely going to add to my position, because the fact that we achieved this move down during starting at 315 tells me that the momentum during the last hour macro is to the downside. So if we get a new high of the day, I am going to add to my position. Even I could add to my position here, but that is also a possibility. That is also a possibility. Yeah, I'm looking to add. I just want to make sure that I am adding at the right spot. Yep. It's interesting so far. I mean, it's likely that the Bulls are gonna test this box. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, now the question is, do I add to my position here, or do I wait for, for maybe for it to trade into this gap here, or even make a new high of the day? I just got a comment from Abdul asking me if I plan to hold overnight. No, not in this account. I was long in my overnight accounts and I already closed out my positions. So I am currently flat in my overnight accounts. And no, I don't plan on holding to this position. Um, I will hold it until 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time close, and then but by then I would either get out for a loss, for a break even, for a small profit. We'll see. But no, I'm not holding overnight in this account. So now we have a bear candle below the 20. This is good on ES. This is good for the bears. And on NQ, did it close? Yeah, I guess it closed below the 20. So if we do get a pullback, I don't think, I mean, well, it's possible that on NQ it may get to this level right here. This is the new week opening gap from October 13th, which also coincides with the bear bar on the 60-minute. I have my profit about a point or so on the open of this 60-minute candle if I'm fortunate for the market to get to that price. And then on the 1 minute, yeah, so it has yet come to test this yellow box, this the range of this last bear candle in this swing high. It's acting as resistance so far, but now we have support here because we have these two last bull candles. They have supported price here, here, and here. So now it's gonna be between these two boxes. Which one is gonna win? Is this box gonna win, or is this box going to win? Time will tell. I think this late in the day, I don't think we're gonna get a spike up. Don't think we're gonna get a spike up this late in the day. So the momentum is to the downside. I do want to add to my position, but maybe it's probably too late for that. I was waiting until on NQ until it got to until we got a measured move of this flag, this bear flag to add to potentially add, and it didn't make it there. So I only have just one contract, but it's all good. All right, so we have about a minute and 10 seconds before we get a close on the 5 minute candle and on the 15. So this is looking like a strong bear candle on the 15 minute, and this is it's likely this will get a second leg down. So let me measure. Let me measure if we get a measure move of this. So that will take us, yeah, to these lows. So if this 15-minute candle closes on its low, and then a measured move of this candle will get us to these lows right here. So I don't think it's gonna give me yeah, I mean, it's possible it could collapse down to here, but well, let me get rid of yeah. So likely that we're gonna visit these lows. Yep. So here we go. So on the 1 minute now, it's testing this box. Now, if we close below this yellow box, and then it may collapse. It may go to my it may go to my target here. Well, we also have this box as well. So now we needed to close below this box. Too bad I didn't add to my position, because if I had added to my position, I could have gotten out for profit on the second ad and break even on the first position. Okay, now I want to see, can we get a close below this yellow box? Can we get a close below this yellow box? Or is it going to act as support? It is possible that so this pink line is the 200 moving average, and there are traders that buy when price is at the 200. So now the question is, are they strong enough to cause a rally, or are they gonna get caught slipping and it's gonna collapse? This yellow box is acting as support. This yellow box is acting as support. If I had a lot of contracts, I would have definitely taken profit here, because I know that these two bull candles are supporting price. So I would have taken profit here for sure, but I only have one contract. So one day we'll be trading big size, but not there yet. Okay, so we have this fair value gap that has remained open. This fair value gap has remained open. This one has remained open. So we'll see. We'll see how low we go. Yep. Yeah, this yellow box is acting as support. I think if we get to this yellow box, I'm gonna probably add to my position, because at this point in the day, I don't see it. I don't see it rallying and making a new high of the day. But if we get to this yellow box, I'm gonna add to my position. Well, likely gonna add to my position. But so far, man, this yellow box is acting as support. It's acting as support. Come on, bears. Just close below it. Can we get it? We have about 8 seconds. Still supporting. Still supporting. And I do like that the dollar index is going higher. So that is good for the shorts on NQ and ES. Also, what's interesting is that YM made a higher or a lower high. So this high is lower than this high, but both NQ and ES put in higher highs. So that's a divergence. SMT. Come on, this yellow box is still supporting. This yellow box is still supporting. Okay, yep. This yellow box is still supporting. See, how do we look on the 15-minute? 15. So about 50% of this tail is about a 15 to 08. Let me see if that coincides with the 1 minute. 15 to, yep. So it's kind of interesting that 50% of this tail, it coincides with this yellow box, the range of the last bear candle before the swing high, and once price breaks below it, it becomes resistance. I gotta take this phone call. Hey, what's up, baby? I'm okay. Hey, I'm like on a YouTube live. Let me talk to you later, okay? Okay, bye. That was my wife calling to ask if I want top ramen for lunch, and if I want to go to a basketball game this evening. But I'm actually fasting today, so I'm fasting for 42 hours. Not gonna eat until tomorrow. So it's a pass for me on the ramen that she's about to buy. All right, cool. Okay, so it looks like on the 5 minute it traded above well, it tested the 20 and traded above this bear candle, and the leg down is tight micro channel, so it's likely to get a second leg down. Oh yep, Abdul, yep, 42 hours, but I actually just completed a 3 day fast, a 72-hour fast in the beginning of the week. So 42 hours should be a lot easier in comparison to the 72 hours that I just completed at the start of the week. All right, so the Bulls put in a decent. So it's a buy, I guess, technically above 74. But are the Bears going to get a second leg down? I'm tempted to add. Well, I want to add to my position, but not this low though. If we get a pop up to this yellow box, I will add. But this yellow box is supporting price. Okay. Let's see where the day could potentially. Well, let me look at the weekly candle and see where the weekly candle is going to potentially close per TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. So right now it's hovering at the 6%. So actually no. So the 6% is at 172. So yeah, so it could potentially go to 172 to 135. So 172. So on the weekly chart, NQ is likely to close around here if it closes within 6%. So the one thing that I have noticed is that, I mean, best case scenario is that it will close, within the range of 20 to 30%. But considering that we're bullish on the higher time frame, it may just close within a 6%. But I know that I don't think it's going to go much higher than this. And then on the daily chart, %6 is well, now the daily and the weekly, they're at odds. So it's possible that on the daily chart it closes within 20 to 30%, but on the weekly chart it closes around 6 to 10%. But so we shall see. Remove that. Or it could just go sideways and I pretty much just wasted my time. But that's the case with trading. This is the side of trading that people don't want you to see. The struggle, the sideways. Okay, I like that. See, so on NQ now we have consecutive bear candles on the 15. So I also just noticed this volume imbalance. Is there a volume imbalance? Yep, there is a volume imbalance right here between the open of this, the close of this candle and the open of this candle. There's a gap. Maybe it wants to go there. All right, can we get a close now below this yellow box? You know what I'm gonna do is, if we do collapse below this yellow box, after that, let's see. And then we do have, so let me remove this. It could also go there, but let me hone in on the range of this. So if it does go down, it's possible that it finds support here. But okay, here we go. Are we gonna get a close? Can we get a close below this yellow box? Can we get a close? And the dollar index is rallying. This is a 5-minute chart of the dollar index, and it's going higher, which means NQ and ES should sell off. This box still acting as support. Still acting as support. This box still acting as support. Can we get a close below it? Maybe here. Once we get a close below this yellow box, it's gonna race down to this box. Here we go. Can we get a close below it? Here we go. Here we go. Yep, it closed below it. Yep. Once it closed below it, I knew that it was going to collapse. Or, I mean, well, not collapse, but spike lower. Now, this box should act as resistance. Now, this box is going to act as resistance. Here we go. But too bad I didn't add to my position. Come on, can we get a collapse down? Yep, now this box is acting as resistance now. And we have so we are on bar 76. Usually bar 77 could be very volatile, and is it possible that it could get to the close of 17 on ES? In theory, there are some bears who sold the close of 17. So does the market need to go here? Because there are trapped traders here. Also, let me try. And then those who shorted here, if they shorted below here, their break even is 43.75. So likely that the market will get at least to 43.75 on ES. Yep, now this yellow box, which was support, is now acting as resistance. Here, this yellow box was support here, 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 and now it's acting as resistance. So maybe I should just look to take profit here if it gets here. Oh. And then what is the open of this candle? Yeah, I mean, if it collapses below this, most likely it's going to test the open of this 15-minute candle. But it may do it during after hours. It may do it during after hours. Which I don't mind. I don't mind holding on to my position until the 5 p.m. close. But actually, I'll try to get out. Should I? I'm debating if I should just get out on a test of this yellow box. If it gets there, that is. Yeah, or is it gonna collapse down? This is not what I want to see, but yeah, now this yellow box is resistance. Alright, here we go. So regular trading hours is gonna close in about 2 minutes. So on ES, it's approaching 43.75, where the bears who sold the close of 17 and bought, sold below 68. This is their break even. So after they get their break even, is it possible that the market could collapse and get to this close? So what is the low? So it's one tick away. Yep, this 43.75 on ES is acting as, yeah, it literally tested it to the tick. Now one tick below it, so they got out for break even. So now let me concentrate on my trade. Is it, I don't think, you know what, I'm just gonna move my profit target to there if it gets there. Maybe even there. Can it get there? Can it get there? Yeah, I know that it's good. Yeah, I know that it's likely gonna get at least to this yellow box before the close, before the 5 p.m. close. But it's looking like it's just gonna be a break even trade unless it collapses down. I am tempted to add here to my position, but I rather not do that. But now this yellow box is resistance now. I feel like I just wasted an entire afternoon, man. Didn't make any money on the day trading today. Come on, NQ, you at least gotta take out these lows. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely tempted to add here, but yeah, because this yellow box should remain resistance unless it want to return to this yellow box. If I had added to my position here, that would have been a nice add, but what can you do? I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be back in about a minute or so. Well, looks like we have a strong bar on the 60-minute. I'm back. Yeah, I think we're gonna like drift lower in the last hour of trading, but it may not move by that much. It's looking like it wants to test the 20, and on ES the the bears who sold the close of 19 and sold more below 68, they got out for break even. We can get rid of that. And looks like the the dollar index now is moving lower. It's interesting that it didn't take out this high. Maybe I should just kill this trade. I'll put this right here. Come on. At least come on. Come test this yellow box, man. So I think I'm gonna stop the stream because I probably won't do anything else. It's probably just gonna go sideways, and I'll probably just get out for break even, or if it gets to this price, that will be good as well. But those of you that watched the live stream, this was my first YouTube live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Abdullah, you're very welcome, bro. I'm glad you found the streaming helpful and that you felt like you learned something. You guys have a good Friday and enjoy your